Have you ever wanted to do a deep dive into where your food comes from? Well, my name's Birch Bragg. I'm co-owner and operator of Locals Food Hub and Pizza Pub here in Frankfort, Kentucky. And we have an amazing opportunity over the next several months to go to farms in the area, talk to producers, talk to farmers about why they do it and where we can find their product and how best we can support our local food system. Join me and come and meet your farmer. So, here we are, Happy Jack's Pumpkin Farm. Beautiful setting out here today. How long has Happy Jack's been around?
Happy Jack started in 1996. When I was a child, my mom and dad started raising pumpkins and produce instead of your conventional tobacco and cattle farm. My great uncle bought this farm in the 40s, and then my great grandfather bought it from him in 1958, and my dad has lived here since he was a year old, and I've lived here since I was born, and my children live here, and my brother and his family live on the farm, and my grandmother still lives on the farm. And so there's a lot of generations here.
That's awesome.
So it's been here a long time.
Thanks for sharing that with us. That's really cool, the whole multi-generational. So you've got your grandmother, of course your mother and your father, you, and now your children. So you're 4 generations actively here on the farm right now.
Yep.
And so when did you and David, your brother, when did you guys kind of come into this operation, Happy Jack's Farm, and take on kind of a key role?
We've always worked. I started working pretty heavily, I guess, when I was around 12 or 13 years old. And I always, even before that, as a child, loved riding around on the farm, helping as much as I could, being involved in things. There's not a whole lot of families that work together on a day-to-day basis like we do, but we make it work. And it's a lot of fun most of the time.
Sure. So Adam, why is this work important to you? Why have you chosen this as your profession?
I've always liked watching plants grow. I've always liked farming. I've always liked the work of it, and I've always liked being outside. Always been attracted to nature, whether it be growing my own crops or trees or the creek or whatever it may be. And so I always admired Mom and Dad for trying to grow something that's good for people. Tobacco was such a main crop in this state and country for a very long time, but it's just a poisonous weed is all it is.
Right.
And I liked the fact that we're growing something that is healthy for people, is nutritional, and then the pumpkins, although we may not eat these big white pumpkins, so many people get so much enjoyment, the little children and families, from coming out and looking at the pumpkins and seeing the cattle coming in, the horned cattle, the Watusis and the Longhorns, and going out and picking a pumpkin. And the joy that brings is as good as anything.
Well, you mentioned the pumpkins, Adam. So tell us about Happy Jack's. Tell us about what you grow.
We grow just about every type of pumpkin you can in Kentucky that our weather and climate allows. And we raise lots of pumpkins, produce, all the different types of fruits and vegetables that we can. I like the presentation of it. I've always liked the artistic side of setting up at a farmer's market and making my booth visually pleasing, and people have always enjoyed it, and that's what we try to do out here too. We try to present it with care, and we hope it shows.
Yeah.
Locals has been great. Birch and his team down there bought a lot from us and display it beautifully and do a great job with it. And Holly Hill, a lot of local restaurants, a lot of Weedle Michaels restaurants.
Yep.
Fazig Tipton up at Keeneland, a bunch of them. We're fortunate that local producers, restaurants, grocers want and care enough to present our things to the public that, like having locals down there, people can have access to not only our food, but hundreds of farmers all day long, anytime they want. And that's something that has not happened before.
Right.
And it's all been centered in one spot, which, in my opinion, is very convenient for anybody who really appreciates local food, local farmers, local grocers, local restaurants. That's a great thing.
So Adam, I guess, the fall for you guys is a big deal. It's a really big revenue stream for you, isn't it, during the fall?
Yes, it is. People coming down, starting in the middle of September, we'll start tractor rides out to the patch and pick your pumpkin. We have the goats, the goat bridge. You can feed the goats. I've got hundreds of chickens that people love watching, and everybody loves the cats. We got 2 kittens. Everybody loves the dogs. They love seeing the exotic animals driving in. And we'll start that middle September, and then there's 4 Saturdays in October, and we'll have lots of people come down Saturday and Sunday and take a pumpkin ride and pick a pumpkin. And we'll have different, I think there's a coffee truck coming out, and there's always something new and something exciting.
And I guess I just want to give you an opportunity. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the viewers? Is there anything else you'd like to say about Happy Jacks or about farming in general?
I'd like to thank everybody who's supported us over the years.
Yeah.
We don't have the opportunity to express that as much as we probably should, but if it wasn't for the public, the people of Frankfort, Georgetown, Anderson County, all the counties surrounding us that came and supported us, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, Adam, thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah.
I sincerely appreciate you having us out here. Appreciate the work that you do in local food. Appreciate the amazing food you bring down to the store and you provide this community.
Yeah.
Folks, come on out here. Happy Jack's Pumpkin Farm. It's a really good time. We brought our kids out here. It's an amazing place to come out and have access to a real functioning family farm. Love what you all do. Folks, make sure you get out here and support Happy Jack's Pumpkin Farm this fall. Great place to get a pumpkin, bring your family, access an amazing local farm. And this wraps up our 2nd episode of Meet Your Farmer. Make sure that you get out there, buy local food, support your local food system, and meet your farmer.